What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I post videos every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. So I'm super excited about today's video and this series of storytime videos that I'm gonna be putting out over the next few weeks. And these videos are gonna kind of help you to get to know me a little bit better and to learn about how we announced our pregnancies and how we revealed the gender of our babies. And if you are new here, I have two kids. I have a little boy named Brody, he is 2.5, and I have a little girl named Addison who is almost 5 months old. So let's get into this video. Grab yourself a snack, grab yourself some coffee, whatever you need. I've got a cup of coffee for this story time video, just sitting down, chatting, hanging out with you guys. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the babies are napping and I'm actually in Addison's room right now. She's sleeping in my room. She seems to nap better in there for some reason. I don't know. So I've got my coffee and we're gonna talk about how we announced our pregnancies to our family and our friends. Okay. So, as I said, Brody is 2.5, meaning I was pregnant with him like 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been so long. Time just absolutely flies. But, especially with kids, it's just like you blink and they're like so grown up. It's crazy. But anyway, so when I found out I was pregnant with Brody, we were shocked. We were totally shocked, Steven and I both. And, yes, but we were quickly very excited, and so we decided to wait a little bit to tell our families. We wanted to wait until I had a doctor's appointment and until, sorry, somebody texted me, till I had a doctor's appointment and we could just check on everything, make sure everything was okay, and then also we wanted to just wait until we were in a little bit of a safe zone with the pregnancy. Since it was my first pregnancy, you just never know what to expect. So we just wanted to wait a little bit. So I think I found out when I was about 4 weeks by how the doctors calculate it. But we were leaving town like maybe a couple weeks later or something, or a week later. It was the timing, how the timing worked was that we were leaving town for like a month. And so we weren't going to be able to see the doctor here before we left town, and because they told me I needed to come in around 8 weeks or whatever, but when I was going to be 8 weeks pregnant, I was going to be gone. So once we got back in town was when we scheduled the appointment, and the way it all fell, I think I was like 11 weeks pregnant. So we went out of town, we had our trip, and it was so funny because during this pregnancy, I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked, but I every morning would wake up because I was just waiting for like morning sickness to hit, and I would wake up and I'd be like, oh no, like, do I feel nauseous? And then I'd open my eyes and be like, oh no, I feel good, and I'd jump out of bed and go about my day. Like, I was never sick with Brody. I felt so good. Now my pregnancy with Addison was like a totally different story, but anyway, that's all beside the point. So so we went out of town, we came back, we saw the doctor when I was about 11 weeks. It was right before Thanksgiving. And everything was good. We heard the heartbeat, all of that. So we were super excited to tell our families, and we knew that they would be like totally shocked. So, and I think basically when we got pregnant with him, we had been married for about 2.5 years. So it had always been our plan to get pregnant once we were married for about 3 to 5 years. But it was a little sooner than that. And honestly, like, I'm so glad that it happened the way that it did. But anyway, so after our doctor's appointment, we were like really excited. So we were like, okay, we got to figure out what we're gonna do. And Thanksgiving was like a couple days away. So while we were out of town, I actually ordered a shirt from Etsy, and it was just like a gray t-shirt, and in white letters it said Preggers, and then it said below it said due in June, and it may have said the year too, something like that. And so my plan was that I was going to show up to Thanksgiving at all of our different parents' houses wearing the shirt and just literally not say anything and just wait for somebody to notice. So that was the plan. So we show up, like we go to my mom's house. I'm wearing this shirt. I had like a cardigan, an open cardigan over it. And I was just expecting that everyone would notice like first thing, because I'm like the type of person, like if you're wearing a shirt or a sweatshirt this like, you know, says Adidas, if I saw that, I would like look at it, read it, but like I always pay attention to people's outfits and stuff. So I just really thought that it was gonna be so obvious so fast. But I like walk into my mom's and we're there for Thanksgiving. We're cooking, we're doing all of this stuff, and like nothing, like doesn't say a word. Like 30 minutes goes by. I think an hour went by. I took my sweater off because I thought, okay, maybe this is distracting from what it says. Nothing. So finally, I just kept looking at Steven like, what the heck? And so Steven, I think he ended up like saying to my mom, because he was sitting in the kitchen while we were cooking and stuff, hanging out with us. And I think he said, hey Cindy, do you like Amanda's new shirt? And so then my mom turned and looked at me and read it, and she was like, what? Like, and totally like freaked out. And she was like, I would have never, you could have been with me all weekend wearing that shirt and I would have never like noticed. And I was so surprised by that, because I just thought, no way. Like I thought people were like that she would notice right away. So she was shocked, she was totally excited and all of that. So we're just sort of like thinking, okay, like how's it gonna go, you know, with everyone else? And so with my dad and my stepmom and by the way, my stepdad too, like he was so excited over there at my mom's house. Like I'm just mostly talking about my individual parents, I guess is why I didn't say that. But anyway, so then with my dad and my stepmom and that whole like side of the family, we're over there. I walk in, same thing, no one notices. We sit down to our Thanksgiving meal. There's people sitting directly across from me. I think my little sister was sitting across from me. No, nobody notices. At one point, I saw my little sister look at me and like read the shirt, and then she just like, oh, literally. And I was like thinking, what in the world? And we asked her later and she's like, oh, I just thought you were like wearing a Friends shirt. And it was the funniest thing, because I'm like, why would I wear a Friends shirt that says I'm pregnant? I don't know. Nobody was getting it. And it is like shocking to me. So if you're planning on doing a shirt or anything like that, like think twice, because people may not notice. So anyway, finally we had to do the same thing over there. I looked at my stepmom and I said, hey, do you like my new shirt? And then it hit her and she was like freaking out. My dad was freaking out. Everyone was super excited. And then with Steven's family, we saw them and like we were standing in the kitchen for a little while and no one noticed. I mean, this is literally the story. Like it's the craziest thing that no one noticed. And so finally, I think I was standing there for a while talking with my mother-in-law, and then she ended up on the phone, and I was standing there with Steven and I was messing with my sweater, and she was just like on the phone and she was looking at me, and then she noticed and it like hit her, and then she was like totally shocked. And then you know, we told my father-in-law, I think he had walked out of the room, and my brother-in-law came in, and so we told all of them and all of that. And this is right before they left town to go to Steven's grandparents' house, where we always go for Thanksgiving, like after. And so then I also wore the shirt over there, like wore the shirt like 2 days in a row. And I show up over there, and my sister-in-law, Steven's older sister, she noticed very quickly from across the room. She saw it and was like, whoa. And so she probably wins the prize for like the quickest of noticing and all of that. And everyone was super, super excited. And yeah, we were pumped. But we did tell like our close friends and all of that kind of stuff, but we didn't post it on our Facebooks or social media until, let's see, so that was Thanksgiving, and then we didn't post it until Christmas Day, because we just wanted to wait a little bit longer and just, you know, make sure everything progressed well and that everything was good before we just like told the whole world. And so I'll show you. So what we ended up doing was taking a picture to post on Facebook on Christmas Day to announce it. And so this is what we did. We had this little picture taken. I know you saw there's the light. And so there's me and Steven, and then this was our sweet dog at the time. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. And it says, I just wrote on this little chalkboard sign, it says, "I'm going to be a big brother, June 2016. And so that's what we posted on Facebook and just said, "Merry Christmas" from the littles. And that's how we kind of announced it to all of the people that we don't see like on a regular basis. So, yeah, so that was how that one went. And then this time around, I'm trying to think. Oh no, wait, I don't have a picture of that. Never mind. That's a different video. So this time around with Addison, we were also very surprised to find out that I was pregnant with her and super excited. And so I found out last Christmas, like a couple days after Christmas was when I found out and when Steven found out. And you know, it's so funny because I see all these like really cool videos of people that they find out and then they do this whole creative thing to tell their husband. But both times that I got pregnant, I just totally freak out and I can't keep it from him. I have to tell him. And so he was like right there and knew I was like taking a test and all that, so there was no surprising him. But anyway, so I found out like right around Christmas and a couple days after. And this time around, you know, the time before with Brody was like I ordered this custom shirt and it was this whole thing, and then it was a total flop in my opinion on the reaction. Like no one got it. And so this time around I was like, I'm not going through the hassle of all this like creative stuff. Like I'm just gonna tell people basically. And so kind of how it went, like I ended up, my mom was out of town shortly after Christmas, and like we just told her right away. We like FaceTimed her and they were headed home from a trip and they were in the car and we were like, guess what? Like Brody's gonna be a big brother. And we just told them. And then with Steven's family and with my dad and them, we basically just were hanging out. Like one of the days that we were hanging out with them, we just out of the blue, Steven just said, "Hey, by the way, did Brody tell you that he's gonna be a big brother?" Like so nonchalant, so like to the point. And like it was also, this was actually funnier because people were like, "Wait, what are you talking about? Are you serious? Like, are you joking? This is how you're telling us?" Like people didn't really know what to think, and it was just funny. We're like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And so everyone was like super surprised, and that's how we did it, to tell people I was pregnant with Addison. So there's nothing too interesting about that, but we just decided to just put it out there. So that's how it went. Yeah, so that is it. I guess that's the whole story of how we announced our pregnancies to our family and our friends. Oh, and with Addison, I don't know what my problem is. I just never posted it on social media. Like at the time, I wasn't posting super often on Instagram or anything like that. And on our like Facebook, we would post family pictures and I obviously looked like I was getting heavier. So maybe there were people that assumed, but we never like made a formal announcement. And then as like people, we would run into people, we would just say, "Oh yeah, I'm pregnant," you know, and it was never intentional. Like I kept thinking, okay, on Mother's Day, I'm gonna make a post or I'm gonna do this or that. And then it wouldn't happen. I would never get like a cute picture. And so it just didn't happen. And then all of a sudden I remember I posted on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should go follow me. I will link my Instagram down below. But basically what happened was, as the time kept getting closer, I was like, okay, I should probably say something. So I ended up posting this cute little picture of the board. Sorry, I'm like focusing on my phone. Duh, that won't work. And it just says 9 weeks until baby girl. And I basically was just like, I'm way late in posting this, but since I realized I'm now in single digit weeks until our baby gets here, I figured I'd make a post. And so it was like, anyway, so I just said, yeah, we're having a girl. Brody's super excited to be a brother, and anyways, yeah, it was kind of weird and funny. But anyway, so we were way more chill the second time, and I think already having a baby, it's hard to find the time for all the photos and doing all the cute things. But anyway, so that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little story time video. I hope it just sort of brings you into my world a little bit. I'm very excited for some of the other ones that I have planned that will help you, like I said, get to know me a little bit better. I'm so excited. I just hit 100 subscribers this week here on YouTube, and it's just been so much fun. Like, I've been posting a lot. I've been having a blast, like, filming this content for you guys, and I just think, you know, what would I want to watch? What kind of content would I want to see from, you know, people? I love following mom influencers and mom vloggers here, and it's just been a really fun community. I love when you guys comment me or you ask me questions on here. You say that, you know, one of my videos just made you feel really encouraged that day. Like, that is the goal. That is why I'm doing this, and I'm just having so much fun with it. So thank you for being here. If you're subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would just join my little community here. So that is everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.